This small business marketing presentation is made available by eWorldWire Newswire, the affordable choice for news release distribution. Today's topic covers how to send a press release. If at any time during this presentation you would like help in understanding how to get your press release out, you can reach us at 1-888-546-NEWS or 1-888-546-6397. Where do you start? You've probably ended up here because you have a business, and either through your own research or from someone else, you've heard that press releases can help your business grow. You're not quite sure what that means, and you're also not sure how to get started. What is a press release anyway? Do you read a newspaper, or do you watch the news on television or hear it on the radio? Those people, the ones who are telling you what's going on in your community or around the world, get their information from somewhere. In most cases, it's more than a friend that's calling and telling them. A business owner or an organization sends them information, and that's how they find out about all the events or activities going on. What should it say? A press release is what people call the format that the details arrive to the writer or broadcast personality. Sometimes it's as simple as a few sentences and details like the when and where or who might be involved. Other times the content they're given is deeper. It might include details about how many jobs are being created or lost, or businesses moving into or out of the area. Regardless of what it is, the information is structured in a way that the people reading it can easily understand the important parts. What's the difference between services? Just like anything else, it can become a little tricky understanding what makes different services different from each other. If you think about it for a minute, you might think of the differences between products that look very similar on the shelves in a grocery store. There might be a few dozen different shampoos, but which one is the one for you? Is it the price, the scent, the bonus buy? Or are you a loyal patron who stands by a brand because you know it's worked for you forever? Or did the brand recently change its formula and now you're trying to find one that works better for you? How do you evaluate different services? Would you be better on getting your news into the hands of people you would want to know about you and your products or services, or can you rely on a service that just sort of posts information somewhere and hope that the right consumers of your goods come across it? How do you get your news out? How do you get your news to the people who report the news? You might hear the term Newswire, which really means a company that acts as the middleman between businesses like yours and news reporters. Many years of establishing relationships and sending credible press releases allow those reporters to know that the news they're receiving can be relied upon. Which is the right service for me? You might think of that grocery store itself and why you picked it over others. Is it the selection and range of quality options and the service that keep you coming back? Lots of choices is good for you, a consumer of a service, because you can do research and find out which is the best match for you. Do you really want to pay for a half-century-old brand that takes a one-size-fits-all approach? Or are you better served by a personal approach with a service that listens to what you're saying and customizes the product to meet your specific needs? When you're trying to find the right fit, you might want to keep in mind some pointers that others who've walked in your shoes have found. Mistake number 1, not doing enough homework. Analyzing and then choosing the right service that meets a specific organization's needs takes time and effort. Having accurate information is the key to making the most appropriate selection. By listening and viewing this presentation, you're arming yourself with the knowledge you need to make an appropriate educated decision. Pointer number 2, misunderstanding the true benefits offered and available from each service. Selecting the right service to distribute your press release and related complementary functions can save your organization significant time and effort. However, allowing a cookie-cutter approach to be applied to your news distribution can never replace a custom targeted dissemination, expert review by professionals, or budget savings. Pointer number 3. Don't ignore the long-term, hard-to-quantify benefits in the short term. Calculating possible future gains in terms of increased attention by the media, better quality copy, and improved reputation in the industry are nearly directly immeasurable. Results from a marketing campaign can take time and repeat exposure. A comprehensive marketing plan that takes these factors into account will ultimately result in the most success and can dramatically increase your business's bottom line. Pointer number 4. Don't forget to acknowledge the resource and the value of that resource at your fingertips. Unless you are already experienced, you may not be fully aware of the full range of options you can use and how to best use them. While there may be other key personnel within your organization who are involved in the selection process, rely on the information you've gathered during your review to form your decision. Just like with cars, selection solely on name recognition does not mean there are not other, more value-laden options in the market. Pointer number 5. Don't underestimate the value of account features. It won't take long to prepare a comparison chart of specific features offered by a service or to find statistics through any search engine that supports the value of certain key elements to journalists. If the features between two services are the same, or more, like including a logo for free, does it make sense to pay more for the name? In today's presentation on how to send a press release, we've touched on just a few elements to consider when looking for help getting your release to the news broadcasters. Take some time to get educated about the options available, and you'll be happy in the long run that you did.